land of contrasts, land of cultures, land of conflicts, a land of people, striving for peaceful coexistence. The Israeli school system has traditionally kept Israeli Arab and Jewish students apart in completely different school systems with few opportunities to meet. The state's original intention was to prevent potential conflicts and to honor different religious or cultural norms. However, over the years, this enforced separation has simply magnified the complex problems of coexistence. In 1999, the Educational Department of the Mateh Asher Regional Council invited artist Ella Youngman to initiate a project to bridge the gap and build a little respect between the Jewish and Arab schools under their jurisdiction. The regional school of Sheikh Danoun, where children come from many local Arab villages, and the regional school of Kibbutz Eilon, which serves many local Jewish villages, agreed to meet over a 4-month period for various artistic experiences. Meet Mohammed Aslan, teacher in the Danoun High School. He teaches grade 9, and a few months ago, Ella Youngman came to him about this project called A Little More Respect Between Us, a partnership with Kibbutz Eilon. He said, "This is the first time we have been involved in this kind of project. At first, I didn't know much about it, but today I have a lot to say about it. It's a new type of project in our community. Personally, I learned a lot." Gan is a Jewish girl from Nahariya. She felt this project would be important for peace and coexistence. This is Iyusra of the Arab village of Danoun. She hoped that after all, the group would be better friends and that there would be more respect between them. Ella Youngman is the project leader. She tells the group, "As far as I'm concerned, leading this project with this group is the best source of satisfaction. The purpose of the group is to make real connections between people, and that's the most important thing. There isn't anything more important. We are all facing such hard realities every day. We are going to try and do today a little of what we can." This is Smadar Yeager, the school principal of Kibbutz Eilon Junior High. She counsels her students. We have something important to do now, to get to know each other and respect each other. Smadar was surprised when she first met with Ella Youngman. She says, "I heard about this amazing tool that mediates between groups that have to communicate and create some sort of cooperative project between them, and create something. I was very excited." Mohammed was also surprised, but for different reasons. "What was the most important thing was that I learned a great deal about my students in a very short time during these sessions. Even though I have known them for many years in school, I didn't get to know them as well as I got to know them in this project." Ella sets the stage for the project. "There are no rules and no right and wrong. There's no this or that way. The most important thing here is to respect each other, and then we can go forward."
להגשים פוטנציאלים של תלמידים, לגלות יכולות של תלמידים.
Mohammed describes the results. "We succeeded in this project to uncover the potential of the students, to discover their abilities, and not necessarily their conventional abilities." For Mohammed Aslan, a revelation was in store. Here, there was the capability to create, which encouraged even those who did not succeed well in school studies, but they were great in this activity. I think this kind of activity is desperately needed, especially in the Arab sector. It provides a solution for all those children who don't find themselves within the traditional school framework. Maybe it also gives a partial answer to those who don't do well in school. Our teacher, Merav Hermoni, was ecstatic. I always said that art is a good vehicle for getting closer and communicating, but this time it really proves to me all the things I've seen with my own eyes. So through art and creation that I really love, it simply gives us, for a second, the chance to be free and to dream, and we forget about the everyday troubles as we move to something else. Smadar had this to say: the ability to communicate, mitigate, to compromise, to go together is what you get from participating in this group. Very few people ever receive it. It's a present you get from being in this group, a present only a few are lucky enough to receive. And I think you have received it. Ella Youngman is clear about one thing. We don't do this to compare, she says. This is a personal process. We advance at our own pace. The fact that we sit together will help us to understand and get to the point where even some of you really want to be. In summation, as far as Smadar Yeager is concerned, this is a very special, very successful project. She tells her students, I assume you know this is a personal journey. Everyone will get to the place they want to be. Just by sitting here together, we will help ourselves to understand the process. I want to sum it up as a special project. If I could financially afford it, I would like to give these children more opportunities to do something like this, because it's something that we do not learn in school. Having these kind of experiences are something that the school framework can't give you. It's a total commitment, even for the adults. While on a field trip, Mohammed had a chance to share some personal history. He is not from this village, but from Vakira. This is a village that existed before 48, he says, but it was abandoned, and now there's only a mosque there. Merav Hermoni lives just 5 kilometers from the Arab village of Sheikh Danoun, but the first time she ever visited was when this program brought people together for visits in family homes. She relates, I really had a good time in your village. I lived here for many years and I never visited Sheikh Danoun. I found it very beautiful, and it feels almost like I went abroad. I really had a good time visiting. It's so close. How could I not have visited before?
אנשים מכמה כפרים שהיו עד 48.
As a principal, Smadar Yeager compares this program to regular schooling. In her opinion, school programs generally don't ask this high a standard of dedication from students. And any student who chooses to dedicate themselves to this project is exposed to a very enriching experience. The group visited Mahmoud Fadoul, a sculptor in the Druze Arab village of Pikin. He explains how this work expressed the budding peace with all the nations of the region, Jordan, Egypt, Syria, and Lebanon. Smadar's response to these experiences is clear-cut. There is no doubt in my mind that kids in this experience take with them many, many things. Personal strengths and almost all the things that happened here, you will take with you, and it will touch everything you touch in life.
ולא הצליח, ותמיד עצרנו באמצע, וכל אחד חזר לבית ספרו מאוכזב.
Mohammed reflected on past efforts to bridge the gaps between cultures. He says, all the times we had coexistence meetings and discussions, we always got stuck talking about the problems of it, the conflicts, the old wounds. And in my opinion, it didn't work. There was no sense of continuity, and it definitely didn't succeed. After this experience, I saw and learned that it is possible to have coexistence meetings without even having to talk about it. Instead of talking, to do. The group creativity and working together without talking about issues, just working together under the guidance of the artistic director. I found the solution for coexistence, just doing and sharing the experience. And that's something we've never succeeded with in all these years of coexistence discussions. This is Abdallah Khatib, principal of the Hashalom Junior High School of Sheikh Danoun. This is a regional school which serves 3 Arab villages, Danoun, Mazra, and Arave El Aramshi. The final project is a 2-day marathon project which includes a group sleepover. It's the building of a labyrinth. Everyone must work together, and yet each student must also build and decorate their own personal space. Ella opens the door to creative joy, saying, "Until now, we pushed you to come up with something, but from this moment on, we just want you to enjoy the process. Maybe you had an idea in mind and you find that it's hard to make it work. Don't worry, be creative and let yourself express what you can." Abdallah Khatib can't believe his eyes when he sees the completed labyrinth. When I saw the exhibit, I was really astonished by their creativity and all the work. But more than that, the connection between the students was fantastic. I saw that they enjoyed it, and they enjoyed each other. And even Jewish parents came to me after, asking if the kids could stay in touch with their new friends.
הופתעתי לראות שחלק רב מההורים של התלמידים מהמגזר היהודי מבקשים ממני שאנחנו נשמור על קשר מתמיד.
איך המרגש לילי?
Every student's personal paper space was connected to the theme of mutual respect, and together the group built a huge labyrinth.
אני חושבת שזה באמת היה משהו נורא נורא מיוחד שבתוך שנים מאוד מאוד ארוכות שלי בתוך מערכת החינוך לא פגשתי משהו כל כך גורף.
Smadar had this to say, "I think it was really a very special experience, which, after all my years in the educational system, I never encountered something that touched me so deeply, that provided such a full and rich experience. And I know and was completely surprised by the impact of the group's final project. Though Ella had shown me pictures and videos of similar works, I never imagined that the experience would be so total and so powerful." All of the families were invited to the grand finale, and Ella introduced the show. Today we're here to see the summation of the 4 months' work of these children. It was very intensive work and very artistic. Abdallah had only praise. In truth, I was astonished by the work of the students. They created, they felt united, they felt part of the school and their community. Earlier in Mahmoud's studios, the students had carved 2 statues of doves. On this night, each group takes one home, a symbol of making peace, instead of just talking about it. Ella sits with the group after the final night. She is impressed by their ability to give. She says, "I think what you did for the final project was fantastic. There are people here who I saw going back and forth helping others. They were hardly in their own space. Instead, they were busy helping this person hang something up or bringing that person something they needed just to help complete their friend's work. Such giving and that ability to give is the basis of the change we want to make. If we are not prepared to open ourselves up and understand the other and to give, then we won't get anywhere. But you did it, and I beg of you, remember this, and don't expect that anyone will do it for you."
זה לא יקרה.
This girl remembers. When we were at Mahmoud's studio, one person held the stone, one held the hammer, and another held the chisel. That's the moment for her, which embodies the entire project. After 4 months, Gan from Nahariya had this to say. It's easy to say, I want to get to know the other. Easy to say, I accept you as you are. Easy to say all the slogans, but really, how many people actually do that and move in that direction? I felt a certain kind of closeness, a connection, a really good feeling. Lily from Klil says, over the past half year, we worked with each other, and we didn't even know how to say hi or if we should sit together. But during those 2 days of the marathon project, something wonderful happened. We found a way to really get to know each other through this. And I found what I was looking for, a way to be together and be connected. Yusra says, everything was so nice and beautiful, and the most wonderful thing is that the door which was closed between us opened, and it was great. As a parting gift, each student was given a flowering plant, and Ella said to them, this plant, no matter how beautiful it is today, if you don't water it, it will die. And that's the message of this project. Every hour, every day, you must cultivate and care for it. I think you were great, mostly because you allowed yourselves to act from your feelings in a moment of truth. It's something that happened in real time with real feelings, whether through breakdowns in communication or through joyous feelings, through complaints or through searching and curiosity, or through frustration. But that's just like in life. Listen, to connect between people, not only people of different cultures, all people. It's not easy, it's very complex. And I want to say to those who thought that in the space of 4 months we'd all be like brothers, heart and soul, well, friends, that's not realistic, simply not.
אני חושבת שהמטרה, למישהו מאיתנו זה לא ברור, הייתה ליצור תשתית, בסיס לאיזושהי עשייה עתידית.
And now we come to the big question. What's next? If the idea was to find a common ground, and if that basis is to work, what is the continuation? Will there be one?